Now we are going to look at Google Spreadsheet. That's comparable to a Microsoft Excel document. To create one, I'm in my Drive and I click on Create and I go down to Spreadsheet. I've already created one. I have student names and scores for the week. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use functions for equations, how to sort with your filter, and how to make it easier for you to read, and how to freeze rows. So this is the top row that I want to freeze. By clicking on View and down to Freeze Rows, I can freeze the first row. Now this row will always stay here. I can scroll up and down, but my first row will always stay. I can do that with columns as well. View, Freeze, Column. Now my student names will stay here. So if I have assignments in here that go all the way over to column P, my students' names will stay here so I know whose score goes with which student. I can also highlight by clicking and dragging over an area that I want to add borders to, so it's easier for me to read. So by highlighting, clicking and dragging, and clicking on the borders box, I have different options on where I want my borders. I'm going to pick the first one. Now it's easier for me to see which column and which row and which cell I want. I can also click on the upper left-hand corner and it selects everything in my document. Then I can go to Format. Then I can go to Data and Filter. Now I have filters turned on. If I do the filter for student, I can sort by alphabetical order. Now my students are in alphabetical order. Or I can switch and go from Z to A. I can also clear and only show certain students. If I only want to see James' work, I can click on James and click OK. Now my other students have disappeared and I only see James. But when I decide that I want to see everyone else, I select all and click OK. Now everyone else is back. Now I want to use the formulas that Google Spreadsheets has available to me. And there's a few ways to do this. I can click in a cell and come up to the Functions button and click Sum. Then I click in the first box and drag over to my last box and let go. By touching Return on my keyboard, it will do the sum for me. Again, I go up to my Functions, click on Sum, click and drag over the cells that I want. I can also use average. So if I want to know my class average for assignment 1.1, I'm going to click in the cell, click on average, drag, return. This is Google Spreadsheets, and those are a few of my favorite ways of using it in the classroom.